Good morning. Today is Wednesday, September 11th. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. Former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris sparred for 90 minutes last night in their debate in Philadelphia. Trump worked to link Harris to President Biden's record, especially on immigration. But NPR's Danielle Kurtzleben reports Trump repeatedly lied when he was questioned about issues such as reproductive rights and abortion in the U.S.
He spewed several lies about abortion. He said that some states allow infanticide. That is not true. He says over and over that all legal experts wanted Roe v. Wade overturned. Again, not true. He says this is where people wanted it. He wouldn't give an answer on an abortion ban. It was maybe the issue on which he failed the most against her.
NPR's Danielle Kurtzleben reporting. Pop star Taylor Swift endorsed Harris shortly after the debate ended. NPR's Elena Moore reports Swift posted her endorsement on Instagram, where she has 280 million followers.
Taylor Swift has entered her 2024 election era. Accompanying a photo of her holding her cat, Swift wrote on Instagram that Harris is a, quote, steady-handed, gifted leader. It's unclear what impact Swift's endorsement could have, but it may boost enthusiasm for Harris as she works to gain support from voters under 30. That's a generation that has known the country turned pop star for most of their lives. To put a finer point on it, Swift's debut album from the fall of 2006 is nearly the same age as an 18-year-old eligible voter today. Elena Moore, NPR News, Philadelphia.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Ukraine with Britain's Foreign Secretary David Lammy. The two are on a joint visit to the capital, Kyiv. Ukraine's president is pressing the allies to help lift restrictions on the use of long-range missiles. These have been provided by Western allies for defense purposes. Ukraine wants to use the weapons to strike military targets deep inside Russia. Hurricane Francis is bearing down on the Louisiana coast with winds of 90 miles per hour. It became a Category 1 hurricane last night. NPR's Debbie Elliott reports it is on a track to make landfall by this evening near Morgan City as a Category 2 storm.
President Biden has approved an emergency declaration for Louisiana, freeing up federal resources as the state readies for Hurricane Francine. The National Hurricane Center says the storm will bring a life-threatening coastal storm surge of up to 10 feet in some areas. Flash flooding is also a threat in a region that's already saturated. And Francine will bring hurricane-force winds capable of toppling trees and power lines and damaging buildings. Officials in New Orleans and Baton Rouge have urged residents to shelter in place, while some coastal parishes have established curfews and ordered evacuations of vulnerable communities. Debbie Elliott, NPR News, New Orleans.
The search continues for Joseph Couch. He is the suspect in a Saturday shooting along a Kentucky interstate that left 5 people injured. From member station WUKY, Josh James reports schools remain closed in the areas as the search stretches into its 4th day.
Kentucky State Police Trooper Scotty Pennington says despite a flood of calls from in and outside the state, police have no evidence Couch has escaped the heavily wooded area under surveillance.
There's so many people that's got eyes on this investigation around the world that by now we should have got a pretty good tip that he has exited the woods. We have not got that.
Police aren't speculating about whether Couch remains alive, but their assumption is that he is and remains armed and dangerous. Reward money leading to his arrest has now been bumped up to $35,000. For NPR News, I'm Josh James in Lexington.
This is NPR.